everyone! Well, we're here. We're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and we are going to head back on over to the website that should not be named. I've had not a lot, but a couple people ask like why I can't say the name, and I'll leave a card up, it'd be right here. I'll leave a card up here going more into detail of why I'm not saying the name of the website. But a quick breakdown is basically every time I do, YouTube automatically turns off my comments because they don't want engagement on that video. But I want engagement on that video. I want you guys to be able to interact with the video. That is the whole point of making YouTube videos, is for the interaction. And YouTube is trying to take that away from me. And so the way to get around it is to basically call it the He Who Should Not Be Named website. So I say the website that shall not be named. Usually when I do these videos, though, you can blatantly see the website in it's gonna be the top left corner for you guys of what website I'm talking about. I'm sure at a certain point I will say the website, but for now we just all agree that we call it the website that should not be named, the Tom Riddle site, whatever we want to call it. We just don't say the name of the website, and then we're all able to engage and interact with each other. So it's really my sneaky way of getting around YouTube not wanting comments on my video. I will turn the comments on, YouTube will turn them off. It's like a back and forth thing, and I've just learned I don't want to do that. So we don't say the website name, YouTube doesn't get mad. Alright, I usually say this at the end of the video. I'm going to try and start saying it at the beginning. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really like it, please subscribe. All of that really helps me out. And alright, with all of that said, let's get started. She figures out how bad these MLM companies are, quits, then joins another one. She's one smart cookie. So I finally did it. I quit It Works. Some of you may wonder why I just suddenly stopped. Well, there are a few big reasons. One, I was sick of sending out hey girl messaging from the time I got up to the time I went to bed, every single day. I was actually never told by the person who enrolled me that I was trapping every single one of my customers in 93 months auto ship that I desperately tried to help people get out of so they weren't charged $50 for something they didn't want anymore. I was put under the impression they could cancel at any time and they were in control of their account. 3, I was lied to about getting a huge bonus I worked so hard for, only to find out that she only told me that so I could make her more money. I never even qualified for it. Now I get it. I have a lot of people on my Facebook page that still do it, and maybe y'all found out the secret hack. I couldn't. I just couldn't do it anymore. I was ashamed and felt so guilty doing that to people who were trying to support me. I say all this to say I decided to switch it up a bit. Yep, I did my research and been talking to lots of people, but I decided to make a huge switch to a whole different company. Now, as I just stated, I can already tell you, no locked-in auto ships, no charting, no host-to-post giveaways. I signed up and got credit for free products without doing anything. I'm excited to start this new journey and have a lot of you that supported me in my last business. I hope you will decide to support me in this one. I have some 7 sample packs, 3 days. For more information about them, my inbox is always open. It's that thing that's a bad MLM. They either treated me bad or they, promised me things that weren't true. But this other MLM that seems slightly different is clearly going to treat me well, and I'll actually make money doing this, even though she's more than likely going to learn that, yeah, she may not be doing, A and B, but just because C and D are slightly different, they're the same as A and B. Like, you're doing the same thing. You're clearly needing people to, you're on social media telling people to buy from you, more than likely recruit people. It's the exact same thing. It's what I say all the time. It's like, your MLM is not special. See what the comments say. I've been listening to a podcast called Life After MLM by Roberta Belvins, and having been a former MLM HUN and talked to others, she said she felt it takes more MLM supporters about 3 different companies to realize the whole system is rotten and similar, even if the product and name changes in between all of them. I think it speaks how vulnerable and hoping to find a way out lots of these people are, that they fall into the same trap multiple times, and of course the promise of MLMs is attractive but totally unrealistic. Complete freedom, be your own boss, enjoy time with your family, when the reality is 12-hour days, harm your personal relationships, find ways to make every activity a way to credit the program. I need to listen to this podcast. I think one of you had told me to listen to it, or one similar to it. I just forgot and haven't gotten around to it. I need to listen to that. That is so true. And why they hop onto this dream and they're like, maybe it was just this specific company that couldn't keep their promises, so I'll go over here because this one seems better, because they're seeing, all the people with their fake profiles saying that this is life-changing, I have this and this and this, but you're not seeing what reality is. You see the facade, you hear the buzzwords, but you don't stop and think about the reality. I'm sure the original poster, this girl, will realize that the MLM that she is now in is just the same as it works. At least I hope she will, and she figures that out sooner rather than later, before she gets full force into this MLM and loses everything. What are you getting your mom and mother-in-law for Mother's Day? Looking for something different and unique. I'm selling Pure Romance Mother's Day baskets. This What does that even mean? What does that even mean? You're like setting up sex toys for your mom and your mother-in-law? I mean, hey, if you have an open relationship like that, cool, but what a weird thing to be like, oh good, a holiday's coming up. It's Mother's Day. Pure Romance and Mother's Day go hand in hand. It's like the last time I did this last week, and the Pure Romance HUN had them all do like a Easter egg hunt for Pure Romance products. They will take any holiday. They don't care. They want to sell their sex toys. It's so stupid. That's a good one. I'm selling Pure Romance Mother's Day baskets. Coffee is the status symbol for these people. The MLM picture and caption post starter pack. Living the dream in the RC Wiley. It helps me pay for so many expenses, like coffee. Do you even know what a pyramid scheme is? I'm making more money than Bill Gates. Flashing my Monopoly money. Found at the thrift store. Don't they know this is LuLaRoe territory? It Works leggings. I didn't even know It Works makes like leggings. And maybe they don't. Maybe this is like somebody just ironed on It Works onto their leggings. I could see people doing that. Oh my god, it's happening. Yeah, dudes, this beats all the records. After 50 years, one of my mom's elementary school classmates came out of absolutely nowhere asking her to join her MLM. The nerve. Like, my sweet, sweet, adorable mother didn't have a damn clue of who this lunatic was at first, and how she got her number to contact her with the most fake voice message on WhatsApp. Hey, OP's mom. I don't know if you recognize this voice, but it's me. We went to school together. I need to ask you for a big favor. Nothing worrying, but let me know. And as the absolute saint of a woman that my mom is, she came to me all worried that she may have economic problems or stuff like that. But then she went on Facebook and saw this hollow shell of a human being promoting some obscure milkshake to lose weight. So now my question to all the ex-HUN bots is, how do you find yourself with your head stuck so far up in your butt that you think it's acceptable to reach out to people you haven't talked to in decades just so you can scam them? And what kind of Olympic mental gymnastics do you practice to think that you still have some dignity left? Wow. This person is clearly upset. Clearly. Probably because they saw how not affected, but confused and worried their mom was for their friend who they haven't talked to in a really long time. Like, maybe she's struggling, maybe she's gonna lose her home or something's up with her kids. And the OP's like, no, mom, she's just in a pyramid scheme. She just wants to take money from you because she thinks she owns her own business. And she really legitimately wants answers of how can you do this? How can you reach out to somebody after not talking to them for decades and just think you can get money from them? And I completely agree. Why? I mean, I know they're told to like just go through their friends list, and that's probably what they did, but there has to be something in your mind that stops you and you're like, I haven't talked to this person for a long time. This would be a really weird, awkward conversation. And of course, we've seen the answer of never prejudge and reach out to everyone you've ever known in your entire life, even if you just walked past them at the grocery store and you struck up a conversation and for some reason you added each other on Facebook. I doubt that's actually happened. No, that's probably definitely happened to someone. Not in the last year, but probably definitely happened. I'm curious to see what the comment is. It is due to their uplines pushing for sales. They tell you a no is not a no, but just a no for now. Do I agree with it? Nope. That's why it was not for me. As soon as I realized what my friend got me involved in, when all I thought I was doing was helping out. And I'm sure that is so common, a lot of people also join these things because they think they're helping their friend out. They're like, oh, if I pay this starter kit, they say that they'll get a bonus in their job, or they'll be able to make more money if you just buy this starter kit, and it's because they need to start building a downline. And then they start to kind of get on you, like, is there a way you can get your mom involved, or your sister, or your aunt? And then you're just like, no, I don't want to do that. I was just doing this to help you out. I'm not going to get more people involved. I'm done. I need some help. My husband is in the
bishopric,
and I, as his wife, have been asked to purchase the Mother's Day gifts this year. What is the best gift you have received from the ward, or one that you would like to receive? I have Mother's Day necklaces for $5 a piece. I sell paparazzi. What is Mother's Day necklaces? Like, specifically, like, they have Mother's Day themed necklaces? Because it's $5 jewelry. It's nothing really too special. And also, I think your mom is worth a lot more than $5 jewelry. Why is Sensi considered a pyramid scheme? It isn't. A pyramid scheme starts with one person and follows the root of a pyramid, quite literally, in the chain of people. Sensi is MLM, so one person can have 100 people under them. Another person can be part of a different branch and have the same, but they aren't gaining from each other. Sensi in particular is an interesting company. It's a good company to work for, and the history is actually really interesting. However, like all MLM companies, you have to put lots of work into it to see reward, and work very hard. How did she not describe a pyramid structure? Is that you're at the top and you have people underneath you, and that there's a different branch that they're over here and there's people underneath them, but they aren't gaining from each other? I mean, do you make a small commission, no matter how large, big, giant, small, teeny, from people that join underneath you and they make sales? Aren't you gaining from the people underneath you? And I love how it's just like, Sensi's an interesting company. It has an interesting history. It's like, we're just gonna ignore the pyramid scheme part. Just look up history. Just look up Sensi's history. It's so fun. And there's lots of interesting scents and colors, and you'll get blinded by the pretty lights. Just like a distraction. Like, look over here. Don't worry about over there. Yeah, we'll talk about the pyramid scheme, and I may have just, described that Sensi does the same thing as a pyramid scheme, but don't worry about that. We have colors and lights over here. My HUN bot meter was off the charts. Hello, hope you're doing well. My partner and I are in the process of expanding our business. Things are going amazingly well, and we need your help. Do you know anyone who is motivated and wants to be their own boss with the potential to increase their income substantially, who would be open to looking at an opportunity? Hello, my old friend. How are you? I haven't heard from you in so long. What is the opportunity? I don't talk to many people, but I know my 7-year-old niece is very motivated and wants to work. I am great, thank you. How are you? Sorry, but it is 18 plus, but thank you. Well, I'm devastated now. What is the job? If it's 18 plus, I need to know what I'm getting myself into. Are you asking for yourself or for someone else? You are a man of secrets, I see. Suppose it were for someone else. How would I pitch it to them? Hello, someone from the internet is looking to recruit you for a shady 18+ job. That doesn't sound very professional to me. This is always how it is. They reach out in such a vague way, like they use the buzzwords of amazing opportunity and you'll make money and you'll be your own boss, but then they never say like what the products are, what the company is, what it really entails. They're just like, are you or someone you know interested? And it's like, interested in what? You haven't told me anything. Okay, this is kind of a longish story, so let's get ready for that. Overheard a textbook MLM pitch and saved someone from an MLM at Marshall's last night. It felt so good. I'm so excited. I was at Marshall's shopping for some kitchen items when a 35-year-old looking white guy in a Def Leppard shirt, jeans, and flip-flops walked by and gives me a solid hi, and I said, how's it going? And walked off. I was like, that was kind of weird. We were far enough apart, but I let it slide. He had no items or cart and was alone. Cut to 5 minutes later. There's a college student browsing the t-shirts, and I see them strike up a conversation. I was with my roommate and pulled him over to a nearby sock aisle to listen after I overheard one key phrase. A friend retired in their 30s. Holy shit, we have a live one. I spend the next 20 minutes pretending to look at socks while educating my roommate on what is about to happen. Like clockwork, he confirms my predictions. I left my high-paying job to do this, all about financial security, mentorship. You wouldn't think it by the way I'm dressed, but I'm doing pretty well for myself. Let's get a cup of coffee to talk more. Then he asked where the guy lives and where they could possibly meet for coffee. Victims suggest a few places very close, but in the next neighborhood. This is San Diego, Mission Valley, by the way. The guy says, yeah, but what about this shopping center? Like maybe the coffee bean next door? I'm thinking, dude, you can't even drive 2 miles to his neighborhood. You're doing so well, you probably don't even have a car. Well, anyway, they swap numbers and he departs. I wait 10 minutes and approach the guy. Hey, I couldn't help but overhear that conversation you had with the guy there. Look, it's none of my business, but I just want to warn you that it's a pretty textbook MLM or multi-level marketing pitch. I would watch out very carefully if you do go get coffee with that guy. 99% of people involved in these schemes don't make any money, and he's just trying to get people under him to benefit. He was very thankful and started asking questions. I said, ever heard of the website that cannot be named? Check out Anti-MLM. Shameless plug. Also told him to research the last week tonight bit. Finally, I told him that he should actually text the guy and ask him exactly what the name of the company is before they meet up. You see, I got stuck in one of these years ago. The guy uses the fact that I'm a veteran to get me interested. He kept saying he was working with a Navy SEAL and he liked my salesmanship, and I was in sales at the time, so I fell for it. I met for coffee, and after about 5 minutes, I realized what was actually going on. The one thing he wouldn't do is tell me the name of the company. He kept saying, well, if you Google it, you are going to see a bunch of BS that people who don't understand the company wrote online. So trust me and read this book. I think it was one of those Rich Dad, Poor Dad books. Anyways, we talked for a little bit more, and the guy was very thankful that I took the time out to have the conversation with him after his half-hour pitch from that guy. I can only hope that he decides to do the right thing and investigate further before making a huge mistake. TLDR. Overheard a textbook MLM pitch at a Marshall's and decided to stay until the guy left to warn the victim. Victim was extremely thankful that I was looking out for him and will probably not meet him for coffee. If some random person walked up to me, I mean, I'm very nice and I will hear people out, but if they were like doing this MLM sales pitchy thing, of course I would know. But even if I didn't and someone was saying this and they never said the name of their company, that would be a red flag to me, and I'd be like, what do you work for? What do you do exactly? What kind of a job is this? Like, why would I go meet you for coffee? So that you can tell me more about the same thing that you told me probably just now in this store. There's something about this story that also makes me feel like it was kind of like a that happened story, like that they did overhear maybe an MLM sales pitch and they thought about what they would have done if, you know, to stop them, or they just said like, hey, you probably shouldn't listen to that guy, I think he's trying to scam you, and then like walked away. But then they wrote this whole dramatic thing that happened, like, I stepped in as their white knight to save them from the MLM dragon. Which, hey, I mean, if they want to be a white knight to save someone from the MLM dragon, I'll give it to them. Alright, and as always, we're ending on a meme. I saw this Sims meme, and Sims caught my attention since I love The Sims, and says, wow. And here I was, thinking she sat down just to play chess with me because she wanted to be my friend. You can't escape HUNs, even in The Sims. And it's highlighted, invest in legal money-making scheme. That's... I don't even know if that's real or if that's something they like put as like a mod or something. But that's great. That's so good. And it also does kind of seem like something they would put in The Sims as a joke. And you just give them money and that's it. You don't get anything back. It's not like they, you know, will mail you money. No, you just give money to this person and you've lost your money in The Sims. That's such a good... you know, exactly how it is. You give your money, and you're waiting, you're just waiting. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk all things anti-MLM in the comments below, and until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!